Awards happen every year, acknowledging the games that came out the year prior. This year, the Game of the Year nominees were Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Hollow Knight Silksong, Hades 2, Death Stranding 2, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Normally, with this category, they kind of nominate the same types of games, like platformers and Souls-like, with emphasis on the Souls-like. It's almost every year. There's at least one nominated, and it's the stupidest shit ever. Like, it's one of the most worn-out categories. I'm pretty sure in a given year, there's about 70 that come out. Of course, when you release 70 of the same type of game, at least one of them has to be a hit. It's just the most overdone, oversaturated game, and I don't even like them. So the fact that so many come out, it's kind of annoying. Originally, I was going to make this video before the Game Awards happened. And if you're looking at the launch date, I don't even know when this might be coming out in January. I don't know when this is coming out. It's going to be a long-ass video for me to edit. But now I have the luxury of hindsight, and I can actually talk about what happened during the awards when talking about these games. And I have to admit, I didn't play all these games. I know that's the title. I know that's the title. It says I played all these games. But I didn't. I only played half of them. Because I'm a college student, you know, limited time, limited money, you know how it is. So I'll mention when I get to those games that I didn't play them. But I'll just start off by saying the ones I did play were Expedition 33, Silksong, and Hades 2. So those are the ones I played. I attempted to watch at least videos on the other games and get a general idea about the games. And so I formed an opinion. Take it with a grain of salt, or just don't. I don't care. I'm just going to make this video because I want to. I want to talk about them. Talk about the Game Awards too. And I know it's a letdown, but hey, what can you do? It's going to be a fun video. It's going to be insightful, and quite possibly you might want to try these games for yourself. So, Expedition 33. What is this game? It's basically you are a Frenchman living in France. But more than that, it's a turn-based game where you and your party are hunting this god who lives on the horizon. Her name's the Paintress, and she sits on her throne, and once a year she stands up and changes the number one lower, and it kills a bunch of French people in something called the Gourmage. And she's my hero. She's killing the French. But, you know, she kills my Boudin. Because you play as Gustave. And, you know, he wants to save people. That's his ambition. But also, his ex-Boudin, she dies at the beginning of the game. And she turns into petals. And he kind of wants to, you know, get back at the Paintress for killing her. Because there was something deeper. I feel like he wanted to get back with her, but what do I know? But you make your way to the continent, to where she's at, and then you land, and then all of a sudden there's this old man. There's this tall, old man, and you think to yourself, that's strange. There's not supposed to be people out this way. They're supposed to be dead. But then he turns the tides, and he kills almost your entire party, using his old age and magic. And then you explore the rest of the continent with your remaining party until you get to the Paintress. Now that's a very loose summary of the events in the game. I'm trying to be vague, so you might want to try it yourself. But it's a pretty good story, but I'll get to that. I thought this game was a Souls-like when I went into it. I really wanted to hate this game. I really thought this game had no chance for me to like it. And I can happily say I was wrong. This game is a lot of fun. And I don't normally like turn-based games. I tried Persona 5. I never got into it that much. And it's also a long-ass game. So, turn-based game, it was a welcome surprise. I've been enjoying playing it. I still am playing it. And then the story, it is so well written. Oh god. No, 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 no.
67.
It's so... Wow, it's very engaging. Like, there's Act 1, and at the end of Act 1, it is such a jaw-dropping, whatever, what happens, it is phenomenal. It is top-notch. It is, I would dare say, peak. Because it makes you so invested in continuing to play. It is bananas, I would say. And the writing is what helps make that happen.
New friends.
Speak our language.
He had a lot of time to kill, so I taught him.
Ladies, could I interest you in a duel?
Because it is so funny, but also it makes you care so much about the people happening. It is amazing. And that's what, every game should strive to have, is just great writing and a great story. Graphically, it's alright. The atmospheres in areas look phenomenal. The character designs, there's some very good. They're pretty good game character design. I'm just saying that. Whoa, hey, yo. Oh, we got the reason to play the game right here. Whoa, hey, but I've had moments playing where there's been clipping with characters and environments. I've had some animations look a little clunky, but I mean, if that's really the downside to this game, I think it's pretty alright. I mean, some games don't look the best and they end up being really good, and I think this is a case for that. Now, another positive I want to go back to, because I forgot to mention it, is the performances of these characters, these people who are making the game come to life. Not only is the writing phenomenal, the performances, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, and especially Jennifer English put on for these characters is some of the best I've ever seen since God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. God of War 2018 was better though. It is so good. Did 3 people need to get nominated for best performance from this game? No. I think that's a little overdoing it. But do they all kind of deserve it? Yeah, I would say yeah. They all deserved some kind of recognition. But 3 nominees in the Game Awards is not the recognition I would recommend. That's all I'll say right now. I'll touch on that when I get to a later moment in this video. But this game really did everything right. You can't be upset with it. If it's not your cup of tea, that's understandable. But that's just like it is very fun. It is very fun, and it's a very well made game. Now, talk about the Game Awards. They won a lot. I'm sure you know, or you want to know what they won. They won Game of the Year, Best Independent Game, Best Debut Indie Game, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, Best Score and Music, Best Performance, which went to Jennifer English, and then Best RPG. It's a lot. They swept the hell out of the Game Awards, and I agree with most of these wins, such as Game of the Year, Game Direction, Narrative, Performance, and RPG. Talking specifically about narrative performance first, as I said, the writing and Jennifer English and Ben Starr, they all make this game phenomenal, which ties into game direction, because without those key components, the game direction is willy-nilly. It's nothing. But the narrative of grief and depression and sorrow that just the writing conveys, with the performances that convey these emotions, it is amazing. It is phenomenal. Jennifer English as Mael, I think, is one of the best performances of any video game, but that's my opinion. I don't know. You can sue me. Don't actually. You'll lose. And that just ties into game direction. That's why it also won Game of the Year. All of those things combined to make a pretty damn good game. But if you use your thinking caps, there's some categories I don't think it should have won. Best debut indie game, best independent game, best art direction, and best score and music. I'll touch on some of them, but art direction and score and music I'll touch on later in the video. Art direction, I think, should have gone to Silksong, and music and score should have gone to Hades 2. But what I want to touch on right now is indie game / best independent game. Going into the Game Awards, it was pretty obvious that Expedition 33 was going to win a lot. It was like pretty well known. So when you look at a category like debut indie game, I get it's their first game, and I get it's technically an indie game. But why give that award to the same game that you're giving every best game of the year? I just think that's a little overboard. Games like Blueprints and Dispatch, nominated for categories in there, I think should have gotten recognition. All they got was their name said, and that's all. And those games were phenomenal, and just nominating Expedition 33 and giving it the win really makes it seem like no other game was valid competition. When I think Dispatch, Blueprints, Ball X Pit, those games are really good and deserve to be recognized for at least indie game category. And I think that's just a miss by the Game Awards. I think Expedition 33 definitely deserved the love. They definitely did. But other games didn't get recognition, and that's just kind of upsetting. But it is a phenomenal game, and it deserved most of the awards. But that's my opinion. In order for me to talk about Silksong, I gotta talk about Hollow Knight. I think Hollow Knight was a fantastic game that I also happened to play for the first time this year, like earlier in the year. I enjoyed it. I wasn't that good at it. I died a lot, but I still enjoyed it all the way through. Beat the game. It was pretty fun. And a couple months later, Silksong came out. And I was kind of surprised how fast, they were able to release it after I played the first game. Like, it was only like 5 months, and they were able to come out with the sequel. And it was a fast turnaround time. Like, I was not expecting how fast it was for them to release Silksong. But in Silksong, you play as the sister from the main guy from the first game. And you're captured by some bugs. Now, you use the power of Silk that you get randomly through the urge of nothing, of being determined to win. And you break out of this cage, and you're basically on this revenge journey to get back at the bugs that kidnapped you. Now, going into this video, I would have said that this was my frontrunner to win Game of the Year before I ever played it. Now, can I say that's the case after I played it? No, and it's very disappointing, to say the least. I was really excited for this game, but it's not. But I will talk about the positives first. So, for starters, the design, the art design, it is fantastic. I love the art direction for this game. They didn't change much from the original game, which is an amazing decision. The first game is beautiful. They actually probably improved, I would say, from the first game, which is hard to do. Like, everything in the world, the environment and the bosses, and like just the simple things, the animations are some of the highest quality I've seen in a game, let alone an indie game. And then another thing was the mechanics. They didn't just reproduce Hollow Knight, they added on and made the game unique. And some of these were not that great, like the starting down bounce like thing is kind of annoying to learn. But when you're fighting a boss and you finally pull off some of these moves, that mechanics that they want you to use for these bosses, it feels really good once you learn it. So it's like it was kind of hard at first, but fun to learn. So once you get the handle of it, it was fun. And it sounds like a negative, but I trust me, it's positive. But that's probably it for the positives. The sound design is also good, but music was fantastic. I'd put that in with the environments though, and the art direction. But the negatives, you have to talk about how every enemy is just the most annoying thing to get against, to go against. It's like, it's so stupid. I don't understand it. You remember at the beginning of the video when I was talking about, I hate Souls-like games. Yeah, Silksong is a Souls-like game, I would say. I get the terms kind of loosely put. It's just, it feels a lot like a Souls-like the way I do not care for it. And it really hurts me to say that too. And it's not even the bosses, the bosses weren't the problem. It was just the everyday enemies that you fought along your way to get to the bosses. And it's just really hard to imagine. Like, take this bug. This bug. Oh god, this bug. Very early on to the game, it does 2 ticks of damage every time it hits you. It attacks extremely fast. I don't understand why it's so difficult to fight, because normally with this type of enemy, this bug, it would lock you down into this chamber and force you to fight it until dying. But no, there's actually a doorway that if you accidentally leave through,
oh, fuck me, fuckity fuck.
It regens all of its health. Now that's cool. That's a cool mechanic. And so add everything on that. Luckily, there was a bench nearby, so if you do die, you could easily get back. But that's not the case for most of the fights in this game. And that brings me to the reason why I've stopped playing it. I haven't played it since. I was fighting the Widow. It's a really fun boss. It's probably one of my favorite bosses I've played against. It's a really fun boss. It's hard too, which is not the problem. I enjoyed it. The run back though, really annoying. Oh god, that was so annoying. It just didn't make any sense. Why did the run back have to be that annoying? And one of the times, I got stuck in the water, and then a bug came over me. It was doing damage, and I would fight it normally, because that's what you do. You fight the bugs. But when you're in the water, you can't do damage. You can't attack. Now, so that sucked. But since it was on top of me and it was doing damage to me, I couldn't jump out of the water to attack it. So then I was basically stun locked under this bug until I died. Wouldn't have been that big of a problem, except I died at the Widow. And so all my stuff, all my money that I had that I lost when I died to the Widow was lost. Because when you die, you lose all your money. And I don't understand that, like, if you're gonna make me lose all my money, why make me run halfway across the map, it feels, to get back to where I was fighting? It's not like I'm not gonna go back there. It's not like, oh, I died to this boss, I gotta train up some more. No, I have to go back because that's where all my money is. But, you know, I guess that's just me. Who knows? And I'm not trying to be negative. It's just like this game really just felt like it wasn't designed right. It just feels like it was made harder intentionally to make people upset. Now, I don't think the game is downright awful. Like, I think there's enjoyment. I like it enough to... I'm going to play it again at some point. But I think it needed some fixes. But that probably won't happen. That's kind of the point of the game. I know that at the end of the day, if I just played longer, I'd get better at the game. It just kind of infuriated me. I just think if they spent more time, like 7 months after I played the first game, like they could have spent a year on it. Maybe they fixed these things, but like just 7 months, fast turnaround. I don't know. But you might be asking, what did Silksong win then at the Game Awards? They won Best Adventure Game. I'm happy they won something. It was a difficult year for a game to win with Expedition 33. I think they should have won Best Art Direction, though. Again, it's one of the most stunning looking games. The animation, everything about this game is appealing to the eyes. So I think that would have been. Now, I wouldn't have said it would have won this category, but I think runner-up to Best Score in Music. The music is really good, and it's well performed, and it's just, I think, something that it should have got more recognition. I mean, I know Expedition 33 won. I wouldn't have even had Expedition 33 as my runner-up. I've actually, take that back. I've been playing it a lot more. The music's kind of good, so maybe I would have, but in the script, it says that it's my runner-up. So I'm going to stick with that. I think Hades has the best music, though. But, I mean, I just feel like they deserve some more credit in those departments. Hades 2 is the sequel to Hades. I know it's kind of shocking to the masses out there, but it is the sequel. And you play as Melinoe, who is the sister to the main guy from the first game, who I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. Kronos has taken the Hades house and is laying siege to Mount Olympus at the same time. So you take it upon yourself to not only save the gods on Olympus, but also rid Kronos of your dad's crib. So you use a variety of weapons and augments provided by the gods to make your run easier. And then you kill the bosses, and then you keep going and keep going. And along the way, you collect resources to upgrade your runs, or upgrade your weapons to make your runs a little bit easier. Now, Hades and Hades 2, obviously, are roguelike combat games. They're fine. I don't have anything for or against them. They're just kind of neutral to me. The first one I didn't enjoy, but I'm pretty sure because I was not good at it. I was not that good at video games when I played it. But I can say with confidence that Hades 2 is, in my opinion, a major improvement upon Hades 1. It's probably because I'm better at video games, but I mean, the weapons feel a lot more fun. The story is actually, I can comprehend it. I actually know what's going on. And then like the atmosphere and the music, especially, I think are upgrades from the first one. Going back to the weapons, my favorite is the axe. That's what I use for most of my runs. It's just the most fun to use, but every weapon goes along with a different playstyle, and you can customize yourself so that these weapons are tailored to your playing style, which is fun. The music is really good. I'm going to touch on it once I talk about the awards, but it is really good. And like Silksong, they kept the same art style for the most part from the first one. So that's really good. The art style was a big plus for the game, so keeping it the same is very smart on their part. And like most roguelikes, it's a very addicting game. You can play for hours without realizing. Now, with the awards, it won only Best Action. And based on the competition of that category, warranted. I think that's great. I think they should have won Score and Music, and that's because it's so good. Like, Expedition 33 is also really good. I'm not hating on Expedition 33, but playing throughout the game, some of the songs just kind of felt like they were too similar and everything. But with Hades 2, there's such a good variety between the songs that, like, at each section of the map or the game has unique music. But not only that, there's multiple songs that can play per region. So if you're in Taros, you could have, there's like 4 different songs that could play while you're doing your run. That makes each run more unique, and I think that's really good. And not only are they unique, they're really good. They're actually really good to listen to. Really fun. Like the Skilla section, like when you're fighting her, like those songs are bops. I mean, they're really good. Darren Korb has been nominated twice for his work on Hades, and unfortunately, he's just got screwed over by other games having, or Opinion having better music both times. So I think that he deserves some recognition and should have won that award. Another thing with the awards was, I think that Judy Alice Lee should have been nominated for her role as Melinoe. I really think nominating 3 people from Expedition 33 is kind of overdoing it. They all did really good, but you're basically saying none of the other games had good voice acting. Their performances were not that good, so we're nominating 3 from the same game. I think Judy Alice Lee did a really good job and should have at least been nominated. I don't think she would have won. I think Jennifer English by far would have won, and if not Jennifer English, it would have been Ben Starr. Both of them are really good in Expedition 33, but I think that she should have gotten recognition and should have been nominated. That's my opinion. Like Charlie Cox, he's great in the game. He's not in it for that long. Spoilers, but he's not. So, and yeah, this is the last game I actually played. So the other sections won't be as long and won't have me playing gameplay, obviously. So I'll talk about those next. Yeah, so these are the 3 games I didn't play, and I'll talk about why I didn't play them. But I'm going to start with the game I have no feelings for, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Being honest, never heard of this game. Never heard of the first one. I still don't really know what Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is. I know it's a RPG game set in the medieval age. You play as a knight. It's cool looking. I've heard people say it's a better RPG than Expedition 33. So maybe it should have won that. But I don't know. I don't care that it lost. I don't have any strong feelings for or against it. Looks like a good game. Looks really good. I don't know. It's not for me. I've tried other games like Oblivion and stuff like that. I just couldn't really get into it. Maybe it's better made, but I don't know. I would have played it too if it ever went on sale. At the time of writing the script, it did go on sale, but I'm not gonna buy it and play it now. I'm trying to make the video now. But so it was like flat out $60 when I was trying to buy and get these games and everything. When Expedition 33 is a flat rate of $50, and it was on sale when I bought it. So you can see why I didn't want to buy Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, especially since I didn't think I was going to like it. I didn't think I was going to like Expedition 33, but that helped that it was on sale, and I do like it. So maybe I would have liked it if I played it. I just didn't. But it's just, I don't know. I couldn't see myself getting into it. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Death Stranding 2, on the other hand, is a game that I didn't have any interest in, but after watching gameplay of it, I did start to think I might like it. Death Stranding 1 never really interested me. It just kind of looked like a walking simulator with some action in it. So it didn't really didn't really interest me. But Death Stranding 2 looks like it was more action packed. It looked like a more fun game. And the reason I didn't play it is because I don't own a PS5. That's simple. I mean, they're expensive consoles, and I don't have that kind of money. But I will say, watching it on YouTube, the game looks so good. It looks very realistic. It looks hyper realistic. It's one of the best looking realistic games I've probably ever seen, and that's watching it on YouTube. So I can only imagine what it is like playing the game. And would have probably been my runner-up or my second runner-up in Best Art Direction. So that's pretty good. Music was also pretty good. I think the acting, the performances were not that bad either. So I think overall the game looked pretty good. I just think stacked up against the other games this year, it just couldn't compete. So that's Death Stranding 2. Now, Donkey Kong Bonanza is a game I did want to try, and I do still want to try, except I don't own a Nintendo Switch 2. I think the fact that the console is like $500 and the game is like $80 is a little pricey. It's a little. I didn't want to buy Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for $60 on my PC that I own. What makes you think I would want to pay $80 for a game on a console I do not own? I mean, I want to play it, but like not for that price. That's way too much for me. But I mean, made by the same guys who made Mario Odyssey. Great track record. That's kind of the reason why I wanted to try it. The breakable world, you want to play, that looked pretty fun. My only thing negative with it was it kind of looked like Balan Wonderworld or Wonderland with a Nintendo coat of paint on it. If you don't know what Balan Wonderworld is, basically you play as this kid who gets a series of powers to get him through levels, and then the powers come up sometimes occasionally in later levels. That's kind of what Donkey Kong Bonanza is, but obviously Donkey Kong Bonanza has, I watched it, so I think it has a better story. I think definitely has better graphics. I mean, Donkey Kong looks great. So, I mean, it looks like a really fun game. I wish I would be able to play it if it wasn't so damn expensive to play it and get my hands on it. Yeah, so that was my opinions on all the Game of the Year nominees. I think that's pretty valid for most of it. I think my opinion's correct, and if you disagree, you're wrong. So that's that. I wanted to wrap up by talking about some of the games announced that I'm excited for. That I feel like I should mention. Starting off with the first game I want to mention is called The Free Shepherd. You play as a collie herding sheep in, I assume, Scotland or another Scotland or something like that. It looks like a really fun, good game. That's a very calming. I bet the music for that game is going to slap so hard. I think it looks like a really good game, and I'm excited to see what more about it. Another game that was released, or announced, not released, was Bradley the Badger, made by the same people who made Mario v. Rabbids, or Mario and Rabbids, and the game director from Red Dead Redemption. And it's a platformer. It looks really funny. It looks like a really good game. You're basically going through all these game worlds, platforming and stuff. It looks like a really fun game. It looks really weird, but that's good. Kind of reminds me of Astrobot. So I think that's a good sign. Astrobot won Game of the Year. So I really think that one has a chance to do something. Another game was On Toss, releasing in 2026, so that is good. What really caught my eye, or my ear rather, was Stellan Skarsgård is the voice of, I think, the main bad guy. And I love that man. That man was great in Chernobyl. He was great in Good Will Hunting. He's a really good actor, and the fact that he's in this game as the villain is really intriguing. It looks like a horror game. It looks really weird and out of this. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a really good game. I'm excited for it. And it comes out 2026, and so I will probably buy that one when it releases. Another game that wasn't revealed, but was revealed more about it, was Resident Evil Requiem. They revealed that Leon is coming back. They said his story is going to be more action-based, so I probably won't be playing as him if I ever get this game. But it comes out in February, and it looks like a really good game. I think the horror, they're going back to Raccoon City. I think it's a good way to end it, but chances are they're not going to end it there.
Welcome.
I bet they make more games, but it looks like a really good game, and I'm excited to see how that one releases. Last game I want to talk about that, or I guess there's two games I really want to talk about. First being High Guard, the game that they revealed at the very end of the Game Awards. This game does not look fun to me. It's another hero shooter, and that's basically it. I don't really need to say more. It's just another hero shooter. We have three really good ones right now, or three playable ones right now. We have Valorant, we have Marvel Rivals, and we have Overwatch 2. I think Marvel Rivals is the best one out of those, but you know, that's my opinion. So adding another hero shooter, I think you're really trying to dilute the market. You're fighting for a pretty, you know, if you have a favorite, you're going to stick to that one. You're not really going to switch off of it. So that game kind of, you know, with that being the last reveal of the Game Awards, kind of sucked. And then the last game I want to talk about was Divinity. I played Baldur's Gate 3. It was fine. I think it was pretty cool how it was like a basically Dungeons and Dragons. You play through your own story type of thing. I think that was a really cool system. That it's... I might need to try it again because I'm pretty sure it was turn-based. And at the time I didn't like it, but I liked Expedition 33, so maybe I have to give it another try. But Divinity... it looked interesting. The trailer built, it was probably one of the best trailers, but there's no gameplay in it, so you can't really take anything from it. It did look really cool, really weird, really out there. I'm probably not a game I'm gonna buy unless it does, like, I see really good things about it and I watch and I think I enjoy it. But that's the last of the games I really wanted to mention. Overall, I think pretty good Game Awards. I think some things could have been changed, but overall, pretty solid Game Awards. Thank you for watching. If you want me to do this again, please like, share, subscribe, comment, do everything you could ever imagine to get this video really a lot of views. I really need it, man. This video is going to take a while for me to edit, so if you could just like boost my numbers up, that'd be great. Alright, toodles.